It's not just Pakistan. Our other neighbour is also in the midst of a massive crisis. We're talking about the economic hardships in Sri Lanka. With regular power cuts, fuel shortage and widespread agitation, the island nation is clearly living out its worst nightmare. President's protests, in fact, demanding the resignation of President Rajapaksa continues in the capital, Colombo. Sri Lankan police have scaled deployment after thousands of protesters tried to storm Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa's residence in Tangale on Monday. The enraged citizens want the Rajapaksa family out of power. They've been blaming them for this ongoing crisis. The Sri Lankan opposition parties, meanwhile, have rejected President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's invitation to join this proposed united government, calling it a sham. The president had asked the opposition to come together and to ensure that cabinet ranks are distributed among all political parties.
No food, no gas, no electricity, and that's exactly why the people are agitating on the streets of Colombo. This is Independence Square of Colombo, one of the iconic places in Sri Lanka's capital. And there you see the youth has hit the street against the Rajapaksa government, and despite the resignation of the cabinet, the councils, here the protest breaks out in a huge number, the youth from Colombo that is protesting against the Gotabaya government. And again, it's the economic crisis, and that has led to this massive situation for almost everyone, be the VIP or a common person. The soaring inflation has hit the everyone. Seeking justice, most of these protesters demanding the Gotabaya government to go. That's exactly what is happening here. We're seeing the protests breaking out all across the country. Now joining me some youth here at this iconic Independence Square. We know why the protest is on, why the protest is breaking out. There have been several restrictions order. We have seen the curfew in place, emergency in place, but we have seen the cabinet tendering resignation. You think this will resolve the crisis, and this is also somewhere meeting the demand what the people were demanding?
No, I do not think. I think this is the drama. This is a real facade. I think there should be a constitutional amendment to basically hold the presidential election soon, because the president can resign and hold the presidential election soon. So that is the only way to stop this impasse.
So what do you think? What triggered this economic crisis in Sri Lanka, and how did it start?
Well, there are so many. Of course, the COVID is one of the reasons. However, COVID is a problem that is affecting all the countries in the world, not just Sri Lanka. And initially, this government handled the COVID crisis very well, to be fair.
It is the disappointment, and now it is now at the extent of anger. And there you see the boys and the girls in a huge number. And this is one of the very iconic places in Colombo, carrying the national flag, the banners and the posters. Now the demand grows for the resignation of President Rajapaksa. Now, when it comes to the people's own life due to the soaring inflation, how much it is affecting the common people of Sri Lanka when it comes to the soaring inflation, the economic crisis?
Actually, we are finished. I mean, people are suffering more than enough. You won't believe, my daughters are in the UK. We are not suffering. My children are not suffering. But I came for the whole country, for the people. So everyone is suffering. So they should go back. They should go home.
How many hours power cut you are seeing in your localities? How many hours are for the power cut?
15 hours.
15 hours?
Yeah.
In Colombo?
Yeah.
That's the traditional protest, and that's a kind of civilian resistance against the government, Rajapaksa administration, the protest breaking over all across Sri Lanka. With this report at iconic Independence Square, I'm Ashutosh Mishra for India Today.